What's up, Jared?
What is it?
You smell that?
Smell it.
You smell that?
Yeah, it smells good.
Yeah.
It's a new one?
It's a new one, yeah. I'm RIkk Vetiver. Welcome to another day of our fragrance journey. We are so stoked to be putting out new content here in 2021. This is the first video that we're filming of the year. So we want to give you guys a big apology. Last week we put out a video that was talking about New Year's Eve parties and December cool nights, and that came out a little bit late due to our editor being a lazy ass and not sticking to our schedule. So he's not going to allow that to happen again, right? We're back on track. We're putting out new content for 2021, and we can't show you the new ideas that we have for you guys.
We can't show you.
And, and we can't wait to show you this new amazing ideas we have for RIkk Vetiver channel. So since it's a new year, we decided to do something a little bit different here. We decided to spend about $100 on new fragrances, and we wanted to see what was the best bangs for the buck that we could get. So we went to go find some designer bottles that carry big names, and we wanted to find out if their cheaper fragrances would live up to their reputation. In a previous video, I mentioned that I prefer to save up the extra cash to buy a bottle that's going to be of high quality and of high stature within the fragrance industry. I want to see if the price really dictates the quality of the fragrance or if it's just marketing. So because I basically started my fragrance journey by checking out multiple reviews on YouTube and getting what everybody was saying was the absolute best designer ones, I almost felt that I skipped a bunch of levels. I went straight to the best fragrances, and I didn't get to do the little stepping stones in my fragrance journey and to really get to explore my nose and figure out what scents I like and really work my way up towards these $435 bottles like a Ventus, right? So I want to go back. I want to start all over and buy these fragrances that maybe some people aren't talking about or maybe some people forgot about. They're excellent in price, so for someone that's just starting their fragrance journey, they don't have to spend that Aventus money. They can buy 3 fragrances for the quarter of a price of what something like the Aventus is going to cost you. So the first fragrance we're going to talk about today is going to be Hugo Boss's Dark Blue. Now, I believe I found this one at a Ross, which is a local discounter department store where every now and then I've seen the fragrance display wall and I never really went to go check it out, and this time I did. And Hugo Boss is a name that I've heard all my life. It's a designer that makes clothing, and it looks like they have a few other fragrances. Now this fragrance has been out since 1999, so it's been around for a while. Let's figure out if it still carries weight or if it's still relevant today in 2021. Right off the bat, I'm getting straight like cocktail vibes. It makes me feel like I'm about to make some like mixed drinks or something. It's like super Tom Cruise in the movie Cocktail. It's got a super sick look to it, I think. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of think the cap is a little cheesy because it makes me feel like a spray paint can, but it also is very like martini-like, so it's like a love-hate thing. Good spark. Super clean and refreshing. I honestly feel like no one would even know that this was made in 1999. This definitely still feels like a relevant smell, especially because it's fresh and clean. Like that's never ever gonna go out of style, but there's no like 90s smell to it. It smells like something that I would be wearing right now. It kind of gives me like a Dior Sauvage type of vibe where it almost reminds me of like a beachiness to it. Honestly, this would be something that I'm gonna wear going to the grocery store, maybe even to like, if I'm gonna go to like on a run or something, and running around my neighborhood doesn't necessarily smell the best in these crackhead streets, so maybe spraying a little bit of this would kind of help out with that smell. It's not as cheesy as I thought it was gonna be. I actually do like this, and I feel like for the, what was this, $25 that I spent on it, I definitely think the price point makes the fragrance go up that much more. Like, especially if you're just starting your fragrance journey and you just need something for like work and that's clean and like efficient, this one's gonna be awesome. It has ginger, grapefruit, orange, lemon, lime. Like, just those right there. That's exactly what it smells like. That fresh and clean, citrusy type of smell. And I said Dior Sauvage, but now reading that there's grapefruit, now I actually feel that what it was reminding me of was maybe even like Chanel, the Bleu de Chanel was more of the vibe that I feel. It actually says it also has vanilla and cedarwood, and to me, woods and vanilla are such a good combo, and I feel like as it's drying down on my hand, I could start to smell that more and more. Final thoughts, I don't feel like I wasted my money. $25 for this is a steal. If you don't have any fragrances and you had to buy something on the quick, Hugo Boss Dark Blue is gonna be the super easiest cheapie that you could just grab, and it's gonna be something that people around you are gonna compliment you, because there's no way they're not gonna like you smelling fresh clean. Moving down the list, the next one that I have is gonna be the Bentley for Men Intense. I do really dig this box a lot for some reason. It looks high quality and I like it a lot. Now I wanna say, even though that these are unwrapped, we unwrapped them so we could take the product shots. I haven't really smelt these guys yet, so it's as exciting for me as it is for you. This one here was $30. Cap's decently heavy. I definitely like that the glass itself feels super thick. Spray. Oh. Woo-hoo-hoo. This smells like what a big shot of bourbon feels like in your chest. Just that burning, manly sensation that I get. That's the type of warmth I get running down my spine smelling this. Oh, wow. It feels so manly, but more elegant. I can't tell if this is like some lumberjack with a beard's gonna wear, or some like suit, like super like sharp Bentley driving executive is gonna be wearing. I mean, there's actually rum in this, which is fucking up. Sorry. There's rum in this, which I think is super awesome, especially since it looks like it's like, if I drove a Bentley, but I didn't drive it because I'm rich enough to have a driver, and I'm sitting in the back of my Bentley and there's like super aged whiskey, this is the super aged whiskey bottle sitting in the back of my Bentley that I'm about to take a shot of. Smells so good. So in here, what I thought was more of that like vanilla-y is actually cinnamon, which I love. It smells so good. It's got a bunch of woodsy notes in it. It's got leather, it's got patchouli, it's got cedar, and it's got incense. So super manly. I personally probably wouldn't wear this to work. This would be something that I'm gonna wear maybe on a date night when it's cold out. Definitely when it's cold out. I feel like the heat might even give me a headache because it does seem super potent. Even just like with that one spray I sprayed on my hand.
Yeah, I can smell it.
Right.
I'm like 6 feet away.
Exactly. This guy's got a super bold, super punchy, super in your face scent. And I'm not describing it as something that's negative. I absolutely love it. Just be careful on the sprayer, because there might be people around you that might think it's a little obnoxious. Just like driving a Bentley, it's loud and obnoxious, and people are definitely staring at you in a positive way, in a negative way. It doesn't matter. It's like wearing this fragrance right here. Last fragrance that we got for today is gonna be the John Varvatos Dark Rebel. Now we picked this bad boy up at Marshall's for $25.99. So let's this is such an interesting bottle. Like, this to me makes me feel like the Pirates and Caribbean scene where they're drinking like rum on the beach. For some reason, I feel like this was the rum bottle that they were drinking out of. The cap itself has the sickest emblem on top. I love that. The fleur-de-lis.
Very French.
Very French and symbol. I have no idea what it means. All right, so we always talk about on the channel how Parfums de Marly has the standard for not only bottles, but the caps of their bottles. This guy is getting up there with that standard, because for something that's this cheaply priced and this heavy of a cap, and I don't feel like it's cheap or plasticky. I love it. When a bottle has an excellent cap, when they're taking that much time with the packaging, it makes me feel like the fragrance had the same quality put into it. So let's give this guy a spray. I'm gonna spray it on the inside of my arm and see what it's like. Wow, this is something I really see myself wearing. It's like super mouth-watering, but it's not even, it's like, okay, I don't like chocolate, but I'm getting like tiny bit chocolate vibes, but in the best possible way. There's definitely some super loud like rum or leather type of like vibe I'm getting from it. Whew. Man, I'm wearing all black when I'm wearing this. I'm looking like Johnny Cash when I put this fragrance on. I really see myself wearing this the most out of the other two, but I feel like this one and the Hugo Boss are probably going to be the ones that I would wear the most out of these new three. That Hugo Boss is awesome for the daytime, but this one is, I honestly can't wait to wear this out. The next outdoor COVID dinner I go to, I'm going to put on this Black Rebel and see what kind of reactions I get, because like, and this kind of hurts me to say because I love Tom Ford, and part of the reason why I love Tom Ford is because I feel like they're making these exclusive scents that just smell so unique, and to me, having that uniqueness is worth their high price point. But this one to me catches the same vibe as Ombre Leather, and it is like a fourth of the price. Ooh, let's see what the notes are, but if I were to guess, just knowing what Ombre Leather's like too, it's gonna have leather, vanilla, definitely, I think I said before, maybe some alcohol notes to it, but we're gonna read the notes and see what's inside here. For leather, for sure, there's some peppers in there. There's tobacco, I love tobacco. There's wood notes. There is Mexican vanilla in there. And vanilla to me makes the most toughest, roughest of smells, and it turns them so like light and approachable. I love vanilla when it's mixed with tobacco or leather. So nice. Oh, and there is rum. My nose is definitely enjoying this one a lot. I do see myself wearing this once again. I'm actually super stoked I bought this for $27. I feel like I won. Wow, I honestly, high recommendation. My buddy, Danny the Collector, that was on a previous episode here with us, he had once told me that this fragrance was the first fragrance that got him into higher end designer types of fragrances. I can see why this one turned him on to collecting fragrances. This guy literally puts me in a mood to get cocktails and have dinner, and I want people around me so they can smell me wearing this and tell me how damn good I smell. Okay, this one is definitely going in my collection, and at the same time, I'm gonna go back to Marshall's because I saw that they had a couple other bottles. And I'm gonna buy one for my brother because I feel like this is gonna be a perfect gift for somebody that doesn't have fragrances. He's gonna love this one. It's so easy to wear, it's so manly, it's so edible, it's so many things packaged into one, and it's so approachable. I love this fragrance right now. I've came to notice that a lot of fragrances end up getting discontinued after a while. I find that it's harder to find these online after they've been discontinued. So I was doing a little research online, and I feel like this one, John Varvatos Dark Rebel, might be a discontinued fragrance. If that is the case, I gotta cop a couple of these guys. If they're not gonna make this anymore, I can't wait to be one of the only few left to have such a unique fragrance at such a cheap price. Sometimes I've even found that some of these discontinued bottles go 4 or 5 times what they used to be worth on some fragrance group sites. Don't be scared to look for fragrances at discount stores. Do some research, figure out what brands carry weight, and maybe you find yourself an awesome gem like I did with Dark Rebel. So far, I spent $100, and for me, it's a 3 for 3. I'm keeping all these fragrances in my collection. I'm definitely gonna make use of them, and at the end of the day, I feel like I bought a whole starter kit of a collection for the price of one designer. I'm RIkk Vetiver. This was another day of our fragrance journey. We are so happy to be putting out content in 2021. We're so excited to do things a little bit different, see if we can't get more creative. We had a blast doing this episode, and we can't wait to do another one like it. For me, there was nothing funner than going out and blind buying some of these and coming home and seeing if I was gonna love it. For me, it was a 3 for 3. I love the experience. I love feeling like a kid on Christmas opening up fragrances. And even more, I love finding new scents that my soul gels with. Thank you so much for joining us on another day of our fragrance journey, and we can't wait to bring you out more content.